Very powerful day. Very powerful day. All our friends are out today on the Big Island up above us. I got some really beautiful pictures. It's enjoying the success of all the work that's been done on behalf of really all of us, because there isn't any separation between you and what I'm giving love to, because that's what it began with. And the one is always listening, which means the mic is always open. But I watched a video yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, with Robert Oppenheimer. And it was produced by the UCLA Archives. They have a lot of great stuff that if you like to go back and look at history, historical folks, historical people in the context of history and energy and consciousness, how we all experience each other, being connected to each other through, if you will, consciousness units of energy that are connected to other consciousness units of energy that we're communicating with, right? So we're all together in this. And so he was talking about Niels Bohr's. Those that ever know the history of the Manhattan Project, World War II, Stalin, Churchill, Roosevelt, and all the planets, including off-planet players, if you will, that were involved in all of this, right? And I suppose if I was to sit down with Niels Bohr, and I'm sure that he was very familiar with this, just based on some of the things that Oppenheimer had revealed to that audience when he was talking to the audience about Niels Bohr. That when you are highly intelligent and you know how to work with math and physics to determine the underlying causality of how atoms work, because that's what they do. Atoms, we perform work. That's what we are as atoms, right? So when you realize that there must have been the first atom, silver seed cell, that is conscious and aware of itself. It's not seeking to destroy itself because it can't. I'm sure Niels Bohr understood that. But they also realized that by unleashing the power of a cell membrane, the first cell membrane, a monad, when you reach critical mass expansion, because you cannot compress that much consciousness energy, right, into a single moment, which is a magnetic moment. It needs room to expand more of what it's aware of, that it's giving love to expand the universe of creation spheres. Splitting the atom, right? And so when I think about Niels Bohr, particularly as they were talking about, now that we've released the genie out of the bottle, witnessed by what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and we know that's not the first time that nukes have been used, not by a long shot. It's much in the same way that when I mentioned something to another speakerphone about hydrogen consciousness, right? Water consciousness, water memory, right? Hydrogen is not seeking to destroy itself, right? By virtue of how hydrogen is used with oxygen and nitrogen, right? And neutral states, a non-reactive state, non-polarized consciousness, pre-phase. So I would have said to Niels Bohr, there are some things that are happening in the background, which is known as the invisible landscape, that are happening so fast, at such a high rate of speed, it would be impossible for me, Niels Bohr, to explain it to you in the English language for you to properly translate it, how it works. It naturally seeks the pathway of the least electrical density to do work, so that it's always in a state of rest. the breath. The breath of breathing diamond pink flowers. Niels Bohr. I know he knew a lot about breathing flowers, breathing oxygen and nitrogen. Yeah, the compression and the expansion of consciousness, our capacity to experience more of what we're giving love to, which is more of what we're giving love to ourselves, to experience more of everything we're giving love to in our mirrors. And that is a powerful magnet. The first one, the first shield, the first eternal Christic shield, which is the most powerful firewall to protect the all creation so that it does not crash on itself. So there is a safe mode naturally built in to protect the all creation out of the eternal absolute love the one has for all creation. And that was echoed by the Voyager materials with our Shaya Dion in that little video about the real third eye and about something that I'm experiencing more often, right? Which is consciousness manifestation of the ecosphere, and experiencing that with our third eye, the real third eye. Three is one and one is three. So I am so happy to report that, because when I came back from Hilo, it was so happy to look up in the sky and see the sky in the mirror in the sky. What a beautiful day.